All right, Elvis. Let's go.
As the snow flies.
Okay.
On a cold and gray Chicago morning, a poor little baby child is born in the ghetto.
What is going down, world? Welcome to the 40-year-old FUQ Boyz podcast. I go by the name BlackPegasus. And today I'm going to listen to Elvis Presley, In the Ghetto. I've never heard this song, and I'm curious to see what it's about. I like the way it was coming in. And, you know, I did a To Dream, How to Dream. I believe that's what it was called, Elvis reaction. And the label or whatever unblocked it so I could post it. Then after it started getting some traction, they blocked it. So I don't know what was up with that. But I really enjoyed that. And in the comments, I found out that was around after MLK got assassinated, a bunch of stuff. It was a really inspiring song. And I've decided to check out more of Elvis's catalog because I know some of the big stuff. I'm All Shook Up. What was it? Take my hand, take my whole life to da-da-da. So, you know, some of those big joints that everyone hears, you know, on the radio, on the oldie stations. But I've never heard this, In the Ghetto. I've never heard this song. So here we go. Let's get into it, you guys. Don't forget to like, share, and comment on all the content. If you rock with the vibe, subscribe to the channel. Here we go.
40-year-old fuck boys are back in town. 40. The boys are back in town. 40-year-old fuck boys are back in town. The boys are back in town. 40-year-old FUQ Boyz podcast. Malt liquor for your ears. 40.
All right, y'all, let me get this logo down and pull the video up. Don't forget to support the original content on the channel. I'm a hip-hop artist, so I got music videos on the channel. Also, we bring in guests and do interviews. When you support the original content, it allows us to produce more of it. And let's get into this. This is Elvis in the Ghetto.
As the snow flies. On a cold and gray Chicago morning, a poor little baby child is born in the ghetto. And his mama cries. 'Cause if there's one thing that she don't need, is another hungry mouth to feed in the ghetto. People, don't you understand? The child needs a helping hand. He'll grow to be an angry young man someday. Take a look at you and me. Are we too blind to see? Do we simply turn our heads and look the other way? Well, the world turns.
That's interesting. It's interesting that he made a song about this. When did this come out? I mean, this is, you know, what Tupac have? He had the song Brenda's Got a Baby. You guys remember that song? When did this come out? Let's see if we can find it. Lyrics. Does it say when it came out? It doesn't. Man, I mean, it's the story of a child being born into poverty, you know? And it sounds like the child was not planned because he's saying she can't, you know, another mouth to feed. Actually, let's read the lyrics real quick because I understood it for the most part, what he was saying. But as the snow flies on a cold and gray Chicago morning, a poor little baby child is born in the ghetto. And his mama cries, 'cause if there's one thing that she don't need is another hungry mouth to feed in the ghetto. People don't understand the child's needs a helping hand, or he'll grow to be an angry young man someday. Take a look at you and me. Are we too blind to see? Do we simply turn our heads and look the other way? Well, the world turns, and a hungry little boy with a runny nose plays in the streets as the cold wind blows in the ghetto. Sheesh. All right, let's listen to this because there has to be more lyrics than that, but that's all that's there. The other thing is this could go for anyone in poverty. You know, I wonder if was this written about a certain ethnicity specifically, or is this just, you know, painting the picture of anyone born in the ghetto, right? Because there's definitely different ethnicities in different ghettos. You know what I mean? Chicago, I don't know at this time. I'm guessing it's probably similar to what it is now, like the South Side or whatever. But it's kind of wild. I want to hear this out. Let's hear it.
Well, the world turns, and a hungry little boy with a runny nose plays in the street as the cold wind blows in the ghetto. And his hunger burns, so he starts to roam the streets at night, and he learns how to steal and he learns how to fight in the ghetto. Then one night in desperation, the young man breaks away. He buys a gun, steals a car, tries to run, but he don't get far, and his mama cries. As a crowd gathers round, an angry young man face down in the street with a gun in his hand in the ghetto.
Yo, this is crazy. This is still going on to this day. To this day. Damn. I wonder if he wrote this. I wonder if he wrote this himself. I wonder if he had writers. I wonder what made him write this. Because Elvis ain't from the ghetto. Not that I know of. I don't even know where he's from now that I think about it. But he ain't from Chicago, is he? Is he from Chicago? Clue me in. Why is he writing about this? But the story, you love to hear the story again and again. I mean, it's just a cycle. And it's crazy because it's still going on. It's 2023. I don't know when this came out, but it didn't come out yesterday. This type of thing goes on. Goes on. You know, the ironic thing, he ain't say it. He ain't say it. He ain't say it, but damn, did this kid have a father? He said the lady, another mouth to feed. He didn't say nothing about pops. And, you know, I've been noticing a lot more politicians talking about fatherless homes. And that goes for multi-genres and races in America, because fatherlessness is a crisis in general, right? And so, wow, this is profound because it's prophetic, because it's so old, and it's like painting the picture. It kind of wild. It's actually really crazy.
As a crowd gathers round, an angry young man face down in the street with a gun in his hand in the ghetto.
That's crazy.
And as her young man dies,
I mean, it's like Ricky from freaking, or was it, man, I'm getting them confused. Is it Boyz in the Hood with Ricky? Or is that Menace to Society? Anyways, that's what he's talking about. That's the story he's talking about.
on a cold and gray Chicago morning, another little baby child is born in the ghetto.
And the cycle continues. It took Elvis.
And his mama cried.
Crazy. This is crazy. There got to be a backstory about this, man. There has to be a backstory about this. I don't even, like, with all the music I've heard from Elvis, which is a very not much, I would have never in my life thought he would have wrote a song called In the Ghetto about, like, ghetto tragedies, right? Like the hood stories, you know, the menace to society, the boys in the hood. That's the story he just told. And this was how many years ago? Actually, let's just look it up. Hopefully this video don't get cut off. Sometimes when I start searching things on here, different command keys get hit, and then my video gets cut off. So if that's what happens, that's what happens. But I'm looking this up. When did In the Ghetto by Elvis come out? All right, we'll see. When did In the Ghetto. When did In the Ghetto come out? 1969. So what is that? 30, 50, or sorry, 30, 40, 50, 53, 54 years ago. 54 years ago, Elvis sang about an issue, a cycle that goes on in the ghetto that's still going on in the ghetto today. Fast forward to 2023. Wow. Let's see who wrote it. Hopefully we don't get cut off, y'all. Let's see. Who wrote In the... Oh, here it is. Okay, let's see. Mac Davis. Mac Davis was an American songwriter, singer, performer, and actor, a native of Lubbock, Texas. He enjoyed success as a crossover artist, and during his early career, he wrote for Elvis Presley, providing him with the hits Memories, In the Ghetto, Don't Cry Daddy, and Little Less. There you have it. Someone from Lubbock, Texas. Lubbock, Texas wrote a song, lyrics, about the ghetto dwellings, poverty of Chicago. Interesting. I don't know what to think about that. Is there any agenda here? Is there any propaganda going on? Do we propagate some of these things in Hollywood? How are we going to end the cycle of poverty? And, not that, like I was saying earlier, I think poverty, the ghetto, any type of person can live in the ghetto. But what type of people were in the Chicago ghettos at that time? I have no clue. I wasn't in Chicago. Wasn't Chicago full of gangsters too? Chicago and New York, like the Al Capone type going on? I don't know. Maybe that wasn't in the 60s. Maybe that was in the 50s. I don't know. But I thought the gangsta stuff was going on in Chicago and New York specifically with like the mafia, the mob. But dang, I don't know. It's crazy. I guess I'm confused because I thought, and you guys clarify this for me, I figured Elvis's main demographic looks like him. So I don't understand where the song In the Ghetto would come from, because for me, I think I relate that to more of someone who looks like me. But then maybe he's speaking about people that look like him. Maybe he's just saying from an outer lens a story. And then if it was a hit, and the storytelling was amazing. It was beautiful. It's real. It's true. It's about the cycle that goes on in fatherless households, in the ghetto, in poverty. It's crazy. I just have a lot of questions, and I'm not over here like getting on some like woke agenda stuff. Like, no, that's not me, man. I don't do that. I'm curious. You got to remember, I'm just a dude who ain't really rock with Elvis like that. I know a couple of his hits. I just never thought, like, this is crazy. He wrote a song In the Ghetto in this late 60s. That's like the story of Boyz in the Hood. That's from the 90s. Dude, this is incredible. This is crazy. This is some mind-blowing like, my mind is low-key blown. So I don't know. You guys, if you got some answers for your boy, tap in the comments. But crazy. That's a good song too. That little In the Ghetto. That was tight. Anyways, so many questions. Regardless, like, share, and comment on all the content. If you rock with the vibe, subscribe to the channel. 40.
Thank you for being some man. 40 years down the road, back again. FUQ, boy.